Hey guys, it's Ryan. For tonight's game, I'm going to run Nihiloor. For our Christmas theme, I'm going to call it the Grinch deck. I'm going to steal everybody's stuff. I'm going to sack it for my own benefit and see what happens.
Season Screens, guys, it's Jimmy. Today I'm going to be playing Lathril, Blade of the Elves. What does Santa need? Elves, of course. So what I'm going to do is create a bunch of elf army for him and help him deliver his presents.
Hey guys, it's Mickey, and today I'm going to be playing Vazi Key Negotiator. I'm going to be a little bit lazy this year. For Christmas, I don't really know what to give people, so I'm going to give them a bunch of money instead, and they can buy their own stuff, but I might take a little bit from them. We'll see how it goes.
Welcome back, I'm Stefan. This year we decided to do everything on a budget, including our Christmas episode. So I decided to run John Irenicus, the Shattered Hand, as a bad Santa and not give good gifts, but give terrible things to everybody. Hopefully you'll stick around and see what we have in store for you. Welcome back to Middle Class Magic. I'm Stefan.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are once again so excited to have you back for episode 4. We're going to try and squeeze one in real quick between the holidays. We already got the turn order figured out, so let's just go ahead and get right into the action here. All right, I think Ryan, you won.
I will draw for turn. I will play a Thriving Moor. Choosing blue comes into play tapped, and I will pass my turn.
All right, I'll draw. I'll start with an Evolving Wilds and pass it.
Sounds good to me. I will play Forest, tap that for Llanowar Elves, and I will pass turn.
Alright, I'm going to draw for turn and throw down a Foul Orchard. It enters tapped, and I'll pass.
While you're taking your turn, go ahead. I'm just going to crack the Evolving Wilds.
I'm going to draw. I'm going to play a Swamp. I'm going to tap my Swamp and Thriving Moor for a blue to play Power Port Mage. And that'll pass my turn.
All right, I went ahead and found a Swamp off of my Evolving Wilds. I'll shuffle it up, untap, draw. All right, I will play an Island. I'll tap 2. I'll go ahead and play some Swifty Booties, and we'll pass from there.
Sounds good. I will untap, draw, play a Swamp, tap both of those for a Rampant Growth. Searching my library, and while I'm doing that, I will pass turn.
Alright, untap and draw for turn. I'm going to throw down a Forest, and then for green and green, why not? I'll cast a Bucknard's Everfull Purse. I can pay 1 tap, roll a d4, and create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result, and the player to my right gains control of Bucknard's Everfull Purse.
Fun.
So I'll pass for turn.
I will untap, I will draw. I will play a Sunken Hollow that comes into play tapped, and I will pass my turn.
All right, good enough. I will untap, I will draw. I'm going to go ahead and play a Swamp. I'll tap 2. I will play a Dowsing Dagger. I don't really want you making a bunch of creatures, so I will
Why not?
actually... Wow, elves have a habit of doing weird things.
Falling.
Like rabbits.
Right. You know what? I'll let Mickey make 2 O2s. I may have the tokens. Let me see.
I've got extra cards here.
And then while you search for those, equipped creature gets +2/+1, and whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, I can flip it. And we will cover that if it ever becomes necessary. So I'll go ahead and pass.
Sounds good. I went ahead and grabbed a Forest from my Rampant Growth. And then I'll play a Swamp Return. Tapping 2 for Cryptorhythic Rite. And then tapping out completely for Elvish Champion. All elves get +1/+1. I have Forest Walk. And I will go ahead and pass my turn.
I'm going to untap and draw for turn. I'm going to play Intersum Skullcairn. It's a land, it enters tapped. And I think it's time to pass around the purse, so I'm going to pay 1 to tap. I will need to borrow a D4.
A D4.
I got one right here if I can get my hands on it.
And make a number of treasure tokens equal to the result, which is 1. So I do replace the mana that I spent. And the person to my right gains control of the purse.
Thank you very much, Mickey.
And I'll pass for turn.
I will untap. I will play Articard Wastes.
Gold.
It is. Crazy like. Not much happening with this deck right now. And I will attack Stefan for 1.
Why?
Because you're the only one without something out.
I suppose that's fair. Alright, I will go down to 39.
And I will pass my turn.
Alright, I will untap and draw.
Because I know what that deck can do.
I will play an island, and then I will play my commander, John Irenicus, a Shattered 1. And then from there, I will pass the turn.
I will untap.
And give him right back.
And let's play a Swamper turn. I will go ahead and tap 4. Bring out Lathril. And
We should use the purse.
yeah, let's pay the 1 to use the purse. Tapping it. Thank you for that. And it's 3 treasure tokens. And let's do this. It's gonna be fun. I'll tap 1, tapping Elvish Champion, and using all 3 treasure tokens for a Nissa who shakes the world. And that's a good planeswalker. So I will say, let's pass turn.
Fair enough, I guess. If you don't want to use the ability of your planeswalker when it comes
I
out.
forgot about that.
Oh, darn. Sorry, Jimmy.
Oh, it's just
We are
one of
not
those
forgiving
days.
this holiday season.
Listen, I gave him treasure. I'm not going to tell him how to play the game.
Somebody has to. He has no idea how.
I think for now I'm going to hold off and I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn.
Wow.
I will play Cloudcrest Lake. I will tap it for a white. It does not untap during my next untap phase. 1 black for Flesh Taker. I will end my turn.
You could swing at a planeswalker. It gives him ridiculous amounts of mana.
I
Absolutely.
mean, he could just block it.
Is he going to block it with his commander?
Probably it's a 1/3.
No, yes.
Plus, I got enough mana to take it right back out.
I will untap. I will draw. I will play a Reliquary Tower. Okay, so I will start by tapping 2. I'm going to equip the Dowsing Dagger onto John Irenicus. So he is now a 5/4. I will then tap 1. I'm going to go ahead and put the Swifty Booties onto John Irenicus. And then I will move to combat. I will declare the 5/4 at Nissa. No, I'm sorry, at you directly.
Okay, at me directly.
Yes.
That was a 5/4.
5/4.
I will eat that.
Alright, so you'll take 5 and go to 35. And then because I hit you with the Dowsing Dagger, it will then transform into the Lost Veil. So I can tap it to add 3 mana of any 1 color to my mana pool.
Should use that mana to activate the purse.
I mean, I can.
This guy didn't want that first back.
I will.
It's the season of giving. Pass it around.
I will tap the Reliquary Tower to activate Buccaneers. Everfull Purse. I will make 2 treasure tokens. And then Ryan will get the purse. I am still officially in my second main. I will then tap the Lost Veil for 3, we'll say black. I'm going to play Phyrexian Soul Gorger. It is an 8/8 with cumulative upkeep. Sacrifice a creature. Alright, I will move to my end step. I will give 2/1/1 counters to the Phyrexian Soul Gorger. I will be giving Jimmy the 8/8, the 10/10 now, Phyrexian Soul Gorger. And then I will pass.
Sounds good to me. I will go ahead and untap.
Now you have an upkeep
You do
trigger.
have an
Oh, yes, I do. I forgot about that. Sacrifice a creature.
And it is cumulative. So right now it is just 1.
I will go ahead and get rid of this Lathril elves. I'll go ahead and draw them. Oh, goodness. I will play a swamp for turn. And now is when we have some fun. So I'm going to go ahead and tap 1 and 2 for 4 mana. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1 to cover Jorga Warcaller, multi-kicking it 4 times, so +4. And other elves you can control get +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on him. So everything is +4/+4 currently, so +5/+5 due to Elvish Champion. So we're going to be sending a, what is that, 5, 6, 7 at Mickey right now.
All right, I'll block.
And
Oh, are you still going to attack?
He
yes,
has
I
to
am.
attack.
But
Oh,
I am
okay,
also going to
yes.
be attacking you with the Phyrexian Soul Gorger,
10/10.
which is a 10/10.
All right. Well, I will block each of one of them with the 2/02s.
It's
So
Commander as
yeah,
menace.
Lathril does have menace.
Okay, I see.
So either 10/10 or I make 7 elves.
I'll take the 10
Okay.
and block Lathril.
On declaration of attacks, I will draw off of John Irenicus, giving you that creature.
And then I will go down to 30.
I was doing math.
And what I will do is go ahead and do the +1 ability for Nissa. And I will go ahead and pass my turn.
All right.
That is up to 2 now.
To the spirit of Christmas, hoping I draw a land. That, in fact, is not a land. However, I will do 3. For Quicksilver Fountain, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player puts a flood counter on target non-island land he or she controls. That land is an island as long as it has a flood counter on it. At the end of the turn, if all lands in play are islands, remove all flood counters from them. I'm going to go ahead and pass my turn.
I will untap. Alright, I will put a flood counter on Cloudcrest Lake. It's an island, so I'm going to untap it.
It's no longer a lake, it's an island.
Alright. We'll draw for turn. I am going to tap for 5. Bringing out Nihiloor. When it enters the battlefield, for each opponent I can tap up to 1 untapped creature I control. When I do, I gain control of target creature that player controls with power less than or equal to the tapped creature's power for as long as I control Nihiloor.
Fortunately, I don't think you're going to be able to take
So
control
I'm
of...
gonna put a
any
tap
creatures.
on Flesh Taker to take.
They all have statically buff 5/5 right now.
Oh, they're all statically buffed.
Yep.
I can't take anything. Which is fine. I mean, I didn't need to. That's a waste of a
Yeah,
turn.
extra blocker though.
Yeah, that's about all I got going on. And I wasted all my mana, so I will pass my turn. Wah, wah. I can't even do the bag.
I will untap. I will put a flood counter on a reliquary tower. I will draw for turn. I'm going to tap 3 black and then an additional 2. I'm going to play Priest of the Bloodright. When it enters the battlefield, I create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying. At the beginning of my upkeep, I lose 2 life. I will then tap 2.
Demons for Christmas.
I'm going to play Sword of the Animist.
Nice.
Equipped creature gets 1/1. Whenever it attacks, I go find a basic land, put it into play tapped. I think I'm just going to go ahead and crack the 2 treasures. Put the sword on the Priest of the Bloodright. Let's see. You know what? I will tap 1. I'm going to move the boots onto my demon. I'm going to send that at Nissa.
Yeah, she's gonna have to eat that. So she'll go down to 1.
And then I'm going to move to my end step. And I am going to give away Priest of the Bloodright to Mickey. If it gets 2 1/1 counters, it cannot be sacrificed. It's tapped when you have it.
Okay.
And then it's goaded whenever it attacks. Now I find a land and draw a card. And then I will pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep triggers.
2 upkeep triggers. So you have to sacrifice
I will-
2 creatures.
I'll toss a flood counter on this swamp. What 2 creatures are we going to sacrifice today?
You could sack your newly created creature that's a forest.
You know, I did not think about that. So, what we are going to do is I'm going to sacrifice Lathril. As much as I don't want to, I'm going to have to get rid of this forest. And then my draw step. I'm going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the extra. Get back out Lathril. I'll go ahead and move her up to +2. I'm tapping this forest, making it an elemental. Okay, so let's see if this works out in my favor. I'm gonna swing Phyrexian Soul Gorger and just do Elvish Champion and Jorga Warcaller at Mickey.
You're gonna swing at me again.
Because, let's swing at Stefan.
You can't swing the Gorger at me.
Oh,
It's
that's
He is
lovely.
goated.
Okay, well, I will still swing everything on Mickey then.
I will
You-
draw a card.
I'm sorry.
And how much is that?
22.
All right. I'll go to 8. Thanks, Jimmy.
I'm sorry, Mickey.
You know, there is another person you can swing at.
He's cool, though.
No, Mr. Right here.
And then I will say pass turn.
Wow.
All right. Well,
In case you're wondering, I like you, Mickey.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and put a flood counter on Grimmerstrom Skullcarn.
And then you have another upkeep trigger.
I do, yeah. I lose 2, so I'll go down to 6.
You done.
I'm just saying,
I kind of want to be nice.
when I gave you that creature, you were at 30, so
Yeah.
this is not on me.
I'm gonna go ahead and draw for turn. Darksteel Citadel. It's an indestructible land. I'm gonna ask this. We're gonna play a little bit of politics. Jimmy's the problem, right?
Oh yeah.
No.
So if I play a card that slows Jimmy down,
Does it slow down the rest of us?
it depends. It depends on who you choose and how nice the person is feeling. Can we slow Jimmy down?
Absolutely.
So he is the issue right now, but on his next turn, he's losing 3 creatures.
I mean, it would only be payback to slap him while he's down.
Right.
The only creature he has up is his
Notice I'm
commander.
trying to deflect everybody away from it.
Because I think I don't really have a choice here. Because I'm gonna die in a minimum
3
of
turns.
3 turns. 1, 2, 3, and sacking the treasure for 4. To play Bend or Break. Each player separates all land cards he or she controls into 2 face-up piles. For each player, an opponent chooses a pile. Destroy all lands in that pile and tap all lands in the other pile. The person gets to choose the opponent. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and separate them all into 1 pile. I am... choose you.
You can just tap him.
All right.
I'm actually going to do the same thing and choose you.
Yeah, you can go ahead and keep your lands. Just go ahead and tap them.
I think I will risk as well. And I'll do all 1 pile. And you know what, Jimmy? I will attempt to give you at least 1 arc of redemption here, and I will let you choose.
You can keep them. Just tap them.
All right, Jimmy. Separate your lands into piles.
No, they're just going to go all in 1 pile. Hey, Steffi, you remember how I was nice to you?
Remember your bad Santa?
Right, but now it's just a guilt trip. 'Cause I don't want to completely take him out. Well, no, he can still tap all his creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
But
nuke him.
next turn...
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, that's just mean.
So, you mean I can tap 1 creature next turn,
Well, I mean, you just played them faster, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
I'm gonna move to combat. Jimmy,
What's up?
I'm gonna swing a 5/5 at you.
So on declaration of attacks, I will go find a basic land and draw a card after that.
I'm guessing going down to 30. That's pretty low.
Did what I can so you guys can take him out of the game. I'm gonna go ahead and pass my turn.
I will untap.
You do have an upkeep trigger.
Oh, I do. Yep. I will do that right off the bat. And we'll just put one on out of card wastes.
I will draw real quick off of that trigger.
I'm going to tap for a black and 2 blue to play Desecration Demon. He's only a 6/6 flyer. At the beginning of each combat, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If the player does, tap Desecration Demon and put a 1/1 counter on it. I will tap for one and use the
very nice.
Bernard's European Man Bag and make 1 treasure. How big is he? A 3/3?
He's a 3/3.
I will swing Nihiloor at you. 3/5.
3/5. I will take 3. And go down to 36.
Not that I think you have to worry about it, but that is commander damage. And then I will pass my turn. This isn't popping off like I wanted to.
Alright, I will untap. And then I will do my island thing. So I'll just turn one of my swamps into an island. And then, let's see, I will draw for turn. I cannot forget this turn. See, I was too busy remembering to put counters on my lands and not actually play lands. So this time I'm going to play Karn's Bastion. I am going to tap for 3 black. I'm going to use 2 of that black. 2 more. I'm going to play Gisa, Glorious Resurrector. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. At the beginning of my upkeep, put all creatures exiled with Gisa under my turn. They gain decay.
I'm making that a frog.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will do Sower of Discord. 6/6 flyer. When he enters the battlefield, I get to choose 2 players. I'm going to choose Jimmy and Ryan. And whenever damage is dealt to one of those players, the other chosen player also loses that much life. So, and then I will move to combat. And
Hey, does anybody want to sacrifice a creature?
Yes, please.
at the beginning of each combat or your combat?
Each.
Yeah, I'll definitely sacrifice.
You can't sacrifice the one he gave you.
Dang.
Yeah, can't be
John
sacrificed.
Irenicus says you cannot sacrifice that creature.
Oh, that's sad.
I am also not going to sacrifice a creature.
I'm not going to ask anytime, but if somebody decides at one point during a combat,
Let's see. I would like to leave Nissa alive so you can double up your forces. And
Thanks,
John
Stephen.
Irenicus.
You're really a really good dude.
I'm going to declare the demon at you in the air, Jimmy, for 5.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. I'm down to 25 and you're
Yeah,
down
thanks,
to
Jimmy.
35. Absolutely. If I fall, we all fall. You know, you should have paired me and Mickey together. That would have been fun.
No, because you would have taken 6 damage.
I don't believe I can do anything else, so I will move the Sower of Discord over to my good buddy, my good pal, my co-host, Ryan. He is now an 8/8. He's tapped. And I will finish passing the turn to you, Jimmy, who has multiple upkeep triggers.
Sounds good. I will go ahead and untap. And go to my upkeep. So, that goes up. I will go ahead and sacrifice all the creatures I have under my control. And I don't have to worry about...
exiled.
Oh, even better.
You can still elect to put your commander back to the command zone, which you should.
I'm just over here twiddling my thumbs.
Dude, you have a 10/10. Like,
Yeah.
and now you don't have to worry about the cumulative upkeep.
You do draw now.
I'm
I
I'm
do
just
draw.
jolly.
Wow.
Is it a land?
In fact, it is. So I'm going to tap the forest. I have 2 mana.
Yep.
Tapping the Soul Gorger
For 1 mana.
for 1 mana. Playing Dina Soul Steeper.
I just found it out.
am going, and I can sacrifice him, correct?
Who?
The Soul Gorger?
No, you cannot sacrifice a Soul Gorger.
Oh, goodness. Okay. That puts a
Hey,
dampener
Jimmy,
in my
you
plans.
can't sacrifice that.
Yeah, no.
You know,
I think we covered that when I said who I was playing. When I gave you the damn thing.
yep.
When you tried to sacrifice it to his
I
trigger.
forgot about
And now
that.
you're asking again.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do the +1 ability on Nissa. Move her up to 3. I'm tapping, creating a 3/3 elemental.
That you now have to sacrifice next turn.
Oh no.
You could have just left it a land and it would have became an island.
You know, this game is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been so great.
Hey, Mickey.
What's up?
Since
No
I'm not
way.
having a good time, I'm gonna pass turn to
Yeah,
you.
right.
Oh, I was like, wow, he's gonna hit him again.
Gonna
You
untap.
untap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and make this forest an island as well. I think. And then I'm gonna go down to 4. 4 lines.
That is Jimmy's fault.
I will go ahead and use 1 island to use the purse to make 4 treasure tokens.
Nice.
Jimmy can gain control of the purse.
Chance for mana now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For Goldspan Dragon, I'm gonna go ahead and move to combat. I'm gonna go ahead and swing. This is a 5/5. I'm gonna swing this 5/5 at Jimmy.
Okay.
On attacks, I will find a land and draw a card.
I'm gonna go ahead and swing Goldspan Dragon at Stefan. On declaration of attack of Goldspan Dragon, make a treasure.
I will be taking
4.
4.
Yes.
And I'll be also taking that 5, you said?
5.
Yep.
That means I take 5.
On my second main phase, I'm gonna go ahead and use all 6 for Mycosynth Lattice. So those islands
Don't matter.
don't really matter a whole lot at the moment. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pass my turn.
I'm gonna untap, put in my flood counter on my
Nope.
second hollow.
It is an island.
You have to do it on a non-island.
Non-island.
Oh, it is an island, sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna play plains.
I do remember you. Mana of any color. So
Yep.
you do not have to worry about specific color.
2, 3, 4, and 5 to play Yorion, Sky Nomad. Do the counters stay by exile?
I don't believe the
The
counters.
counters go off, and technically, I think it's a new instance of the creature. So I believe, well,
It comes into mine, I choose 2 people and play the game.
right, but it's no longer goaded. It can be sacrificed, and I no longer draw a card off of it. So it's pretty much a new instance of the creature, and then now you guys are no longer bound by Sower of Discord.
All of these leave. Sword of Discord enters the battlefield. I choose you 2 to take that off my plate. Flesh Taker doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Nihiloor enters. I am going to tap Sword of Discord to take Gisa. I will tap Yorion to take your only creature.
Oh, yes, Dina. That's a fun one.
See, he took it, so you don't have to sack it.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I'm just trying to help.
They come in at your instant?
Yeah,
Okay.
but because he entered, I got to do the ability.
Yep.
So then, finish ending of your turn, I will untap. I will put an island counter onto Karn's Bastion, and then I will draw for turn. I will tap 1, because colors no longer matter. I will play Changeling Outcast. I will tap 3, 4. I will play Revenge of Ravens.
So because we're casual, I
Yep.
totally forgot to read Door Report Mage. whenever one or more other creatures I control leave battlefield without dying, I draw a card, so I was supposed to draw 4 at that point.
Is it a may or no?
No.
It says like you may draw or you have to draw.
It says draw a card. It doesn't
Okay,
say
well,
you
then
may.
no, go ahead and draw, yeah. Alright, and from there, I think I'll just tap 2. I'm going to play Thought Eater. It is a 2/2 flyer, and your maximum hand size is reduced by 3. I think I played a land this turn. I'm just going to assume, because I'm getting lost in the sauce with you attacking me getting a land, so I'm fine. So I will just tap 1. I'm going to go ahead and move the boots back to John Irenicus, just in case people start getting ideas. I think I'm just going to move to my end step. I'm going to give 2 counters to the Thought Eater. I think I'm just going to help Mickey out some more.
Lovely.
Give him a 4/4 flyer. And then I will go ahead and pass.
Cool. Untap.
It is an artifact.
Upkeep triggers. That goes up to 4. And then the only creature I have is my forest.
Since the forest was a creature, is it exiled?
Yes.
Damn it.
But if he gains control of it, it is just a
It is just a
Yeah.
forest.
And now he can't even activate the purse.
Cool, let's draw
Let's
a
see.
card.
He can. He's got the Gorger.
So let's go ahead and tap the Gorger to tap that and roll this. Ooh, 2. Slowly getting back up
This
to...
is a jolly season, Jimmy.
Be grateful.
Yes, thank you. 2 treasures, that.
I need you to pick up your spirits there, bud.
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. I guess move. Can I even do that if I have no forest?
It says up to 1, I believe.
Yeah, up to 1 target elemental. So that is going to be 4 now. What I'm gonna do is nothing, and I'll pass turn.
And untap. I have 2 upkeep triggers. I go down to 2. A solid 2. And I will go ahead and put another counter on Foul Orchard. I am going to move straight to combat. So these 2 have to attack. This is a 5/5.
That can go away and save you.
I'm gonna go ahead and swing 5/5 at you. I'm gonna go ahead and swing the 4/4 at Jimmy. And Gold Span Dragon at Jimmy.
So on attacks, I'm gonna draw first. None of that helped. And now I'm gonna go find a land.
I make a treasure.
I'm gonna block that creature with my Desecration Demon.
And then
That
this
dies.
will then die.
Which is
Did it?
exiled.
Exiled.
Weird.
And then I get my
You get
equipment
yours?
back.
Sword back.
And how much am I taking?
You are taking 8.
Okay, so we both take 8.
Actually, you
We
both
take
take
it.
8.
Oh, we
Oh,
take 8.
weird how the tables have turned.
No.
This goes down to 24.
6.
And you are down to 12. Or wait, yeah, 12.
Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For Reign of Riches, when it enters, I make 2 treasure tokens. And the first spell I cast each turn that mana from a treasure was spent to cast has Cascade. The unfortunate part is I don't have any instant cards. But I'm going to do another 5 for There and Back Again. It is a saga. Up to 1 target creature can't block for as long as you control There and Back Again. The ring tempts you. I'm gonna go ahead and choose the demon.
Okay.
The demon cannot block. The ring tempts me. I'm gonna have Gold Span Dragon become my ring bearer. It becomes legendary and cannot be blocked by creatures with lesser power.
Yes.
Looks like I have to pass my turn.
I will untap. Hollow Hardy is an island. Plains.
Then you get all of the exiled creatures on your upkeep.
Exiled with Gisa.
Yeah, so anything that died ever since she's been in play was exiled.
This is just a forest now?
Yes.
We'll draw. Play any Evolving Wilds. I will tap for 1, play a Soul Ring. I'm going to tap for 3 to play Demonic Embrace. I'm going to enchant Gisa. So now it is a 7/5 flyer. Let me move to combat. So it entered the battlefield. Do I get a 5/5 black demon creature token with flyer?
You do.
I am going to, and you can't block with your flyer.
Correct.
I'm going to swing my 7/5, my 6/6, my 6/6. Oh, and Yorion is another 4. So 27 in the air. That's Stefan.
All right, I can't block. You do lose, however. You lose 4 and I gain 4. So that puts me to 28. And then
What is this? He's got something going on over there.
Revenge of the Ravens. I go to 28 and then I take 27 damage and go to 1. And Jimmy gets nuked from the board.
Good game. At least I don't have to worry about the Soul Gorger anymore.
Let's see what I can do right now.
And then do my creatures come back to me?
Yes.
Yes. So
Got it.
boom, boom,
And then
and the forest. Come back to you.
Thank you kindly.
As well.
And, oops, sorry. And
You are
Dina.
all good.
so I do regain control of my Phyrexian Soul Gorger. I think it was at upkeep of 4.
And then on my second main phase, I am going to tap Thriving More for 1 to sacrifice Priest of the Bloodright. I did sacrifice anyway. I gain a life off of that, and I scry 1. Anyway, I will pass my turn at this point.
Alright. So we'll go to my turn. I will untap. I'll do the first upkeep trigger, and I will put a counter on the swamp. Is there anything I can do in response? I can't draw anything. Okay, so yeah, I will sacrifice the demon, the changeling, and John Irenicus
This did come back in
at the
after-
beginning of your upkeep. Beginning of your upkeep.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was that.
Alright, so now we move to my draw step. We'll draw. I'm going to play a Fetid Pools for turn. Actually, no, I'm not because I'm stupid. I could have drawn the whole time. I'm going to tap 2. And I'm going to cycle Fetid Pools to draw a card. Didn't help me. I'm going to play a Rogue's Passage as my land for turn. I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play a Propaganda. You can't attack me unless you pay 2 for each creature. And then I will tap 1. I'm going to put down a Soul Ring. And then I will tap 1 for Bucknard's Elrond Full Purse. I will make 2 treasures. Okay. I'm going to tap 1, and I'm going to play Dark Ritual to make 3 black mana. I'm going to use the 3 black mana to pay for the command tax. Well, I guess it doesn't really. Well, because it's not in my hand, so Microsoft of Lands doesn't make it colorless.
All cards that aren't on the battlefield, spells, and permanents are colorless.
Sweet. So I'll use 3, 4, 5. I'm going to play John Irenicus.
Maybe 6.
Correct. I'll float a colorless off of the Soul Ring. I will then use the 1 colorless to put the Swiftfoot Boots onto the Phyrexian Soul Gorger. I will then crack a treasure, and I'm going to put Sword. I'm going to crack 2 treasures, sorry. I'm going to put Sword of the Animus onto Phyrexian Soul Gorger. I am going to not go to. Well, I might as well. I want to go to combat. So this is currently at 8, 9, 10, 11. What is your largest creature?
6 or 7, 5.
7, 5. I'm gonna
Which
send.
mine is tapped anyway, so a 5/5 flyer.
Okay, I'm gonna send Soul Gorger at you. I do not get to draw a card because he specifically says that I own
Right.
but do not control. So he is currently at 8, 9, 10.
Soul Gorger
11.
has nothing else other than it's just a.
He's an 11, 11. When he attacks, I go find a land. Sorry. And then.
So I can just block it with the 5/5 flyer. There's no trample or anything.
Correct.
goofy.
I'm going to move to my end step. I'm going to give Soul Gorger 2 more +1/+1s, but I'm going to give it to you, Ryan. Key point is I control the boots. The boots give it hexproof.
So I can't even do an ability against it to return it?
Creatures cannot be targeted
No.
by spells or abilities my opponents control.
Okay, so in response to all of that, I'm going to tap for 4 and sack Urion. Sour Discord. I don't think it really matters, but I'm just going to pop that. Flesh Taker, sure. It's fine.
Right, and that was my turn.
It's on my.
Oh yeah, but this guy goes to
Since Jimmy is dead, I guess I will untap my upkeep. I'm going to put a flood counter on Darksteel Citadel. That is my only upkeep trigger, finally. So then I will draw for turn. Then it will go. I will search for a mountain, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. And it doesn't enter tapped. You're at 31, you're at 1. Tough choices to make.
And any damage you do to me, unfortunately, I will have to physically
Assault
Jimmy.
Use the... Okay.
Because it's Christmas.
Right. Well, no, you lost the Sword of Discord, so I guess you luck out on this turn, Jimmy.
For my land per turn, because that didn't count as my land per turn, I will play Golgari Guildgate, and that does enter tapped. Gonna move to combat. I'm gonna swing Goldspan Dragon at you. Oh, that'll kill me, won't it?
So, Propaganda, you have to pay 2 just to attack me.
Yep.
And then Revenge of Ravens, for each creature that's attacking me, you lose a life and I gain a life.
So you'll kill him and you
I'll
only
kill
lose
him
1
and
life.
I'll go down to 1.
Yep.
So I will do that. And then I'm going to swing at you with a 4/4 with flying. I will pay 2 so that Goldspan Dragon can attack you. On declaration of attack, I make a treasure. Blockers.
I have none. So I will take 4 damage and go down to 27.
I will gain a life. And then he will lose a life. And then I will reveal from my hand an island and die.
I'm like, what does he got going on?
Oh. Okay.
Which means I get my Gisa and my Gorger back, and any cards of mine that you have exiled.
I'm going to do my best to win this game. 3, 4, 5. For Vandalblast being overloaded, destroy target artifact I don't control. Overlord switches it to all artifacts I don't control, which everything is an artifact. There is also the first spell I cast each turn. That mana from a treasure was spent to cast has Cascade.
Oh, shoot.
1.
It's 1. And I don't believe I have a 0 drop in here. I do not have one in here, so I will just go ahead and shuffle. But with that, I do have to pass my turn.
I will draw.
Upkeep, can you put a flood counter on one of your lands, please?
Next turn. Thriving Isle that comes into play tapped. Choosing black. I'll pass my turn because I got nothing else going on.
Upkeep. I will put another flood counter, Golgari Guildgate. I will draw first, and then I will move there and back again to
I'm
its...
never going to play anything.
final one.
Unless I have blue cards.
Creating Smaug, a legendary 6/6 red dragon creature token with flying and haste, and when this creature dies, create 14 treasure token. Land for turn. I'm going to play a Copperline Gorge. It does enter tapped because I control more than 2 lands. Move to combat. I'm going to swing at you with only 4. Making a treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Vazi Negotiator. Cascading for 4 or less. Dingus Egg. Whenever a land is put into a graveyard from play, Dingus Egg deals 2 damage to that land's controller. This might come back to kill me.
I'm hoping.
But I'm gonna go ahead and tap Vazi, giving you a treasure token.
Does he have haste?
It does. I will pass my turn.
I will untap. Draw.
That gets an island drop. But remember, everything is colorless and you can spend mana as little as
Yes.
There is that.
Yes.
Play the only land I have in my hand. Comes and play tap, so there's that. I have nothing for 2 mana, so I pass my turn.
I will untap. Upkeep, put another flood counter. I'm gonna do it on Copperline Gorge. Draw for turn. We'll do 2 for Marching Druidon. Whenever it attacks, each player creates a treasure token. I'm going to move to combat. Swing at you for 10.
Takes me to 13.
I will make another treasure. I'm going to go ahead and tap Vazi, giving you another treasure. Passing my turn.
Untapping. Becomes an island. Drawing. I'm going to crack one of the treasures. 2 of the treasures, because there's a reason why you're giving them to me. I'm tapping an island. To play Embodiment of Agonies.
Upon cast, I get a +1/+1 counter. I'm going to put it on Smaug, and I draw a card because of Vazi.
It enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each different mana cost of my non-land cards in my graveyard. So you get these a 4/4. And then I will end my turn.
Right. I will untap. Upkeep, put another flood counter on the mountain. And I believe it is at the end of the turn. All lands in play or islands remove all flood counters from them. So if I don't play an island this turn, or don't play a land this turn, all the flood counters get removed.
Which doesn't really matter.
matter.
Probably more benefit you than
I
anything.
will draw for turn. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For Baloth Baratil Entertainer. I do Cascade because I did use a treasure for 4 or less. That is an X cost. I am going to choose not to because X would be 0. I'm gonna move to combat. Swing at you with Marching Druidon. On declaration of attack, each player makes a treasure.
I'll block it.
Okay.
My 4/4.
Then I'm gonna go ahead, tap Vazi, give you a treasure. I'm going to pass turn. On end step, all flood counters get removed.
I will draw. I just need to get some stuff out, I guess. So many ways I can go about this. So I will tap. I will sack. I know you get your triggers.
I get a +1/+1 counter. I'm gonna put 1 on Baloth and draw a card.
I'm playing Mind Rack Demon. It's a 4/5 flying trample. When it enters the battlefield, I put the top 4 cards of my library into my graveyard. A land. 3 lands. At the beginning of my upkeep, I lose 4 life unless there are 4 or more card types among cards in my graveyard. I'll come at you with Embodiment of Agonies.
I will block with Smaug.
Smaug dies as well because of Death Touch.
Yep. And I make 14 treasure tokens.
I know. And we'll end my turn.
Alright. I will untap. Upkeep. We'll put another flood counter on it.
So they went away at your end step, right?
On my end step, so he would have as well.
Right. You have a flood counter on one of your lands. Doesn't matter because they're...
Because it just resets the
Oh,
board. Yeah. I will draw.
I forgot about it.
I will pay Bloodfell Caves. When it enters, I will gain a life, going to 2. Guess I did have life gaining here.
Bet you never thought that would double your life.
Right? Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Okay.
I don't know when we became a CEDH channel, but this is just ridiculous. So.
I will sack 2 to play Jolene the Plunder Queen. I will Cascade for 3 or less. This is the first spell. Patriarch Seal. Mind you, Goldspan Dragon is still my ring bearer, which makes it legendary. I'm gonna go ahead and just pass turn. I can't risk it.
I will draw. I can only play 1 card, it doesn't matter, but maybe a little later, so I will tap. Oh, I put my flood counter. Tap both of my islands, play Strionic Resonator. I can pay 2 and tap it and copy target triggered ability I control. I will attack you with Minor Active.
I will block with Goldspan Dragon. Goldspan Dragon will die.
And then I will pass turn, and I'm all tapped.
On your end step, I'm gonna sacrifice 10 treasures to put 10 +1/+1 counters on Jolene.
I figured I was.
Untap, upkeep, draw, swing out.
Stop. Flood counter.
Oh, flood counter. That is
Can't forget that.
You
untap.
made this board state. We're playing it.
Untap, upkeep, draw, flood counter.
You already drew, though.
Shut up.
There are 10
I
+1/+1
forget you
counters
get a
on
sack to do
Jolene.
so.
I will swing out.
And you win.
Good game.
All right.
Good game.
Good game.
Debatable.
Again, that was awesome.
Oh, I can't believe I pulled that out after
Come
going
back
to...
from 1.
Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I was not expecting that.
Well, with that being said, happy holiday seasons to you guys and your family. We're glad that you were able to spend some time with us during ours. Hopefully I'll get this out probably right before Christmas. Either way, just remember to make sure to drop a like, share the channel, let people know about us. It's the only way we're going to grow. And as always, I want to thank Jimmy,
Absolutely.
somewhat, and Mickey for being here with us tonight. And just keep it cool, keep it casual, and keep it conflicted.